Hello everyone, today we would be exploring some of the most important concepts that not only help in interviews but also in understanding how businesses and economics function. Trust me, these are not just theoretical topics, they shape the real world financial decisions from how companies make investment to why businesses choose different ownership structures. Everything connected in today's discussion. So let's start. The very first topic that we have is the time value of money, a very important concept in finance. And it is one of the most loved topic that interviewers love to ask. तुमने ये phrase जरूर सुना होगा that a rupee today is worth more than a rupee tomorrow. And ऐसा इसलिए कहा जाता है because money have the potential to grow over time if invested correctly. This is the foundation of financial decisions making. This concept also helps in making good investments and making future cash flows and business projects. So let's start with a simple question. If I offer you 10,000 today or 10,000 after 1 year, and it's very obvious you would be choosing 10,000 today, right? This is only the thing that is stated by the TVM, that money available today is worth more than the same amount available in future. बिकॉज जो सामान तुम आज 1,000 रुपये में खरीद लोगे वो 1 साल बाद बिल्कुल भी 1,000 में नहीं खरीद पाओगे ड्यू टू द इन्फ्लेशन। और जो आज पैसा एक बार इन्वेस्ट कर दोगे तो वो पक्का पक्का ग्रो करेगा सो दैट उसके ऊपर इंटरेस्ट आएगा एंड आपको बेनिफिट मिलेगा। और फ्यूचर बहुत अनसर्टेन है, सो इट्स बेटर टू इन्वेस्ट योर मनी टुडे। Now moving on, talking about the internal rate of return, one of the most important concept used in investment and business decisions. It is a discount rate. Basically, it is a discount rate that makes the net present value that we have already studied earlier as zero. In simple words, it is the rate at which an investment breaks even in today's terms. It helps businesses to decide between investments and projects. The higher the IRR, the better the investment. Also, it is used in capital budgeting, I would say stock market analysis and even financial planning. So, इसका example लेते हैं कि imagine there is a company and they need to choose between the two projects, project A and project B. So, project A has IRR 12% and project B has it 8%. And if the company's required rate of return is 10%, they should definitely go with the project A, since 12% is greater than 10% and higher IRR is equals to more profitable investments. Another crucial concept in investment decisions. It calculates the present value of all the future cash flows from an investment. If NPV is positive, then investment is considered profitable. But if it's negative, then it should be avoided. It also helps business evaluate the profitability of the projects, even determine whether investment will generate wealth or not, and also provides a better long-term financial perspective. सपोज देयर इज अ बिजनेस और वो प्लान कर रहे हैं कि वो 1 लाख रुपए इन्वेस्ट करेंगे और ये प्रोजेक्ट उनको 30,000 रुपए आने वाले 5 साल तक लगातार ला के देगा। बाय डिस्काउंटिंग फ्यूचर कैश फ्लोज दे कैन डिसाइड इफ इट्स अ गुड इन्वेस्टमेंट। इफ एनपीवी टर्न्स आउट टू बी पॉजिटिव देन इट्स गुड, अदरवाइज इट्स बैड। अब वो 30,000 रुपए 5 साल तक ला के दे रहा है, मतलब वो 1.5 लाख रुपीज ला के दे रहा है। दैट इज 50,000 मोर देन द इन्वेस्टमेंट यू मेड. So that means the NPV is greater than zero and they should go ahead with the project. Let's imagine you are riding a bicycle, effortlessly picking up the speed. But suddenly road kharab ho jata hai and you start slowing down. Just like that, economies also go through ups and downs in a cyclical pattern. So let's break it down into 5 key phases with some real world examples. Understanding these stages of business cycles help business owners and also the managers to anticipate challenges and implement appropriate strategies for good growth and sustainability. The first stage is the startup stage. It is basically the foundation of any business. Entrepreneurs focuses on developing products or services or securing fundings. The second we have is growth. Once the business gain traction, it enters the growth phase. इसमें आता है हमारे increase sales, expanding customer base एंड स्केलिंग ऑपरेशंस। अब इसमें हमारे ये फोकस शिफ्ट होता है कि अब हमें एनहांस करना है अपना मार्केट शेयर, प्रोसेसेस को ऑप्टिमाइज करना है और मैनेजरियल रैपिड एक्सपेंशन लाना। देन द थर्ड वी हैव इज द मैच्योरिटी। इन द मैच्योरिटी स्टेज जो हमारी ग्रोथ इस वाले फेज में हो रही थी, अब वो आके स्टेबलाइज हो जाती है और बिजनेस बहुत सही तरीके से एंजॉय करता है अ स्ट्रॉन्ग मार्केट प्रेजेंस और इसके कंसिस्टेंट रेवेन्यूज आ रहे होते हैं एंड फोकस होता है इस टाइम एफिशिएंसी, मैक्सिमाइजिंग प्रॉफिट्स and defending market positions. The fourth we have is the transition. अब इसमें क्या आता है, businesses face critical decisions. अब क्रिटिकल डिसीजंस मतलब इनोवेशन एंड अडाप्ट टू चेंजिंग मार्केट कंडीशंस, क्योंकि मार्केट बहुत अनसर्टेन है, बहुत ज़्यादा रिस्क है एंड यहाँ पे ज़रूरत होती है एक स्ट्रैटेजिक प्लानिंग की, न्यू मार्केट्स को एक्सप्लोर करने की। द नेक्स्ट वी हैव इज द सक्सेशन। तो ये इन्वॉल्व करता है प्लानिंग फॉर द फ्यूचर लीडरशिप एंड द ओनरशिप ऑफ द बिजनेस। ये इंश्योर करता है लॉन्गिविटी ऑफ द बिजनेस बियॉन्ड इट्स करंट मैनेजमेंट, एड्रेसिंग challenges such as leadership transitions, knowledge transfers, and maintaining organizational culture. This business cycle literally affects everything: opportunities, salary growth, inflation, and even the price of things you buy daily. The very next topic that we have is the types of business structure. It's a very interesting topic. So when starting a business, हमें choose करना पड़ता है that which structure should we go ahead, because it's very crucial. It impacts taxation. It also impacts the liability, the ownership, and decision making powers. So let's break it down into simple terms. The first we have is the sole proprietorship. Business owned and managed by a single person. Even it has some pros, like it's easy to start, बहुत आसान होता है इसको शुरू करना. Even you have full control over your organization, एसेट्स पे भी और लाइबिलिटीज पे भी. इवन यू हैव अनलिमिटेड लाइबिलिटी बिकॉज आपको ही पूरा पैसा चुकाना है, बिकॉज यू आर द ओनली पर्सन मैनेजिंग द बिजनेस. तो अगर मैं इसका एग्जाम्पल लूँ देन आई कैन से या तो एक चाय की टपरी कह लो या फिर आई वुड से अ बेकरी शॉप that is managed by a single person, that comes under the sole proprietorship. Moving on to the partnership, it means the business run by two or more individuals who share profits and responsibilities. Under this we have unlimited liability, जिसका मतलब है अगर एक पार्टनर की वजह से कुछ भी दिक्कत आती है ड्यू टू इट्स बैड फाइनेंशियल डिसीजंस, ऑल पार्टनर्स वुड बी रिस्पॉन्सिबल. Moving on to the limited liability partnership. It is also a same kind of partnership but with limited liability as the name suggests. इसका मतलब है that partners are not personally responsible for the debts. They have liability protection and even the better credibility. Also a separate legal entity. Moving on to the public limited company. A large company whose shares are listed on the stock exchange and are open to public. They can raise large capitals. They also have some strict regulations and financial transparencies and complex management as well. If I talk about some examples, we have Tata Group, we have Infosys. So these are the public limited companies with the public investors. Now moving on to the private limited company. It is also a separate legal entity owned by private shareholders. They have limited liability and can raise funds from investors. So the startups like Zomato, Ola, and Flipkart begin as a private limited company before growing big. So I hope now you have a better understanding of what is sole proprietorship, partnership, limited liability partnership, public limited, and the private limited company. Now, how to decide that which suits you best. If you are starting small with low investment, then go for sole proprietorship. But if you want a business with a family or a friend, then go with partnership. But you want protection from liability and still want a partnership, then go for limited liability partnership. And if you plan to attract investors and scale big, go for private limited company. And if you want to go public and raise large capital, then go for public limited company. चलो इसको और अच्छे से समझते हैं. इमेजिन एक आदमी है अमन एंड वो होममेड केक बिजनेस शुरू करता है फ्रॉम हिज किचन एज अ सोल प्रोप्राइटर. अब जैसे जैसे डिमांड बढ़ती है तो ही पार्टनर्स विद हिज फ्रेंड्स और फैमिलीज एंड टर्न इट इनटू अ लिमिटेड लायबिलिटी पार्टनरशिप. उसके बाद वो क्या डिसाइड करते हैं कि उसको प्राइवेट लिमिटेड कंपनी बना देते हैं सो दैट दे कैन अट्रैक्ट द इन्वेस्टर्स एंड ओपन मोर स्टोर्स. Eventually, the brands become popular and they listed on the stock market, turning it into public limited company. I hope this clears your doubt. And moving on to the next topic, we have GAAP versus IFRS, the generally accepted accounting principles and international financial reporting standards. GAAP is used mainly in the US, United States. They have strict and detailed rules. Even they also focuses on the historical cost accounting. If we talk about IFRS, it is used in over 140 plus countries. It is principle based, not rule based. It focuses more on fair value accounting. अब आप सोच रहे होंगे कि अगर कोई इंडियन कंपनी है उसको यूरोप में जाना है तो उसको क्या फॉलो करना चाहिए, इंडियन अकाउंटिंग स्टैंडर्ड्स और आईएफआरएस. तो उसको फॉलो करना पड़ेगा आईएफआरएस. सो सपोज एक मल्टीनेशनल कंपनी है लाइक एप्पल, तो उसको गैप फॉलो करना पड़ेगा फॉर द यूएस ऑपरेशंस बट नीड टू यूज आईएफआरएस फॉर यूरोपियन सब्सिडरीज. I hope this video helped you to understand these concepts in a very easy way, and if you found this helpful, then don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more such videos. We'll be meeting you in the very next video. Till then, bye bye.